Hello and assalamu alaikum. Now we're going to talk about today. We are going to start about important leadership positions as well as what are the good qualities needed for a good leadership. A good leader. What are the qualities that a good leader should have? So without further ado, let's begin. We have four important leadership positions in our course that are directors, managers, supervisors, and worker representatives. Let's talk about each of them in detail. Now, directors. These are senior managers elected by shareholders of limited companies. Limited companies, as in public limited companies and private limited companies, where they are shareholders, so they elect some senior managers that are directors. They are responsible for a part or function of the business, such as marketing, finance, so finance department, marketing department. Each director is responsible for each particular department. They are also responsible for delegation within their department, assisting in the recruitment of senior staff in department. So they are basically responsible for delegation, giving authority to some people and assisting in the recruitment of senior staff. The main purpose of directors is that if they have to meet the objectives for the department set by the board of directors and communicating these to their respective department. So board of directors is basically a bunch of these directors who are like all directors of all different departments. They all are the board of directors, and they are the ones who set up the corporate objective for the business, so that all the interest of all the stakeholders are safe, and there's no such, if some stakeholders should not be at a disadvantage. All the stakeholders should have a right in the objective, so like they come up with the objective that is best for the business according to the stakeholder position, and then they have to communicate these to their respective departments. Then after the directors, there's managers. Managers plan and monitor short and medium term strategies for the business. So these are the long term objectives as an corporate objective. These are the long term goals of the business, and that are broken down to short and medium terms by managers. They plan them and they monitor them. They have some authority over junior managers and employees. They have been The main work is to direct, motivate, and if necessary, discipline the staff in their department or section. Then we have supervisors. Supervisors are appointed by managers to watch over the work of others. They are delegated some authority by managers to take decisions on day-to-day issues such as staffing or tactics to meet deadlines. So basically, supervisors are people, some important people, some people who are like given authority to watch over all the workers, and then delegate have some authority to some control over them. Okay, this worker will do that, this worker will do that, making some decisions, small decisions, and stuff like that. And most importantly, deciding, making up some tactics so that the deadlines that are provided to the supervisors by the managers, that should be fulfilled within time. So that's the main purpose of supervisors. Next we have worker representatives. Worker representatives are basically workers who represent the views of employees in feeding back and negotiating with employees. Feeding back is basically like providing feedback of workers to the employers. It encourages two-way communication and even help improve motivation and morale. It also develops leadership skills on employees. So basically, these are people who are elected by all the employees. Employees elect that who should be their worker representative for them among all the employees that are working there, and one of them or two, maybe one or two, three, a few numbers maybe, they go and talk to the employers. They give the feedback of all the workers and negotiate with them if there are some important issues that need to be discussed, such as, let's say, workers want an increase in salary, so they talk to that with employers, or there are some not, the working conditions are not suitable for the workers, so they want some healthy working conditions, so that should be provided by the employer. So worker representatives talk with that, and that way there's a two-way communication, and it's not like an autocratic style of leadership. There's also there's more democracy. So employers know that okay, what is going on in the workforce, and they know that okay, what does our employees need, what do our workforce need, and if they if they fulfill their needs and desires, then it also helps improve motivation and morale of the employees, that okay, we are being heard, we are not being neglected, and it also develops leadership skills on employees, on workers, and these workers can later become supervisors or even managers if they are good enough. When business expands, when there's more need of supervisors, so these can be promoted to supervisor rank as well. So basically the hierarchy system is as follows. It's like directors, then managers, then supervisors, and then worker representatives. After that there's workers, which don't have much authority. So these are the leadership positions. Moving on, we have qualities of a good leader. Now what are the qualities of a good leader? Well, there are a few qualities that I've listed down. So the main qualities that in our course sometimes questions come like emotional intelligence is the most important quality of a good leader. Give your views about that, argue, analyze, and stuff like that. Sometimes they even say being able to motivate others is the most important quality of a good leader, and then you have to like explain about that particular quality that they have listed and give some of your own as well, so that you can say, okay, we don't need one particular quality, we need a blend of all these qualities in a good leader. And in some situations, in some particular businesses, some qualities might be more important than other, but overall there should be a blend of them. So let's talk about all these qualities that I've listed down over here. Self-confidence and self-belief. Giving them belief that they can make good decisions. The good leaders should have self-confidence in them. They should have self-belief in them. Otherwise, if they can't believe in themselves, if they can't provide, if they don't know, if they can't even know that okay, whatever the target that we have set up, they're not sure that even if they can reach the target or not, they're not confident in themselves that they can direct the business to work accordingly, then they can't make good decisions. So you need to be able to believe in yourself, believe in others as well, so you can make good decisions. Their intelligence as an IQ, the ability to judge and be sure of actions to be taken, to be able to determine the future or best directions for a business. You have to judge and make sure that the actions, the suitable actions are being taken. You have to make the decision that is best for the business in the future. Like understand that okay, there might be an economy might go to recession, understand the market fluctuations, all the market conditions, and then make a good valid judgment, and then of course direct it to the supervisors, managers, etc. They should have charisma, enabling them to convince people to follow their lead. Charismatic leaders are often followed without question. They can inspire others to achieve the goals of the business. Basically, you can say it's the ability to motivate others. So, if you have charisma, people will follow your lead without any question. You can and inspire others to achieve the goals of the business. So, these are more useful in businesses which have theory Y workers. We have talked about McGregor's theory X and theory Y. So, theory Y people are like those who have an interest in the business, who are responsible, who want creativity, who are creative, who want to be a part of business decision making. They want to do something, they are happy with the job, and they're not just money motivated, and they just don't want to get the job done. They want to be able to good people, they want to achieve their goals, they want goals to be given, and they want to be given some authority as well. Then we have creativity, the ability to be innovative so that the business will stand out from its rivals, ability to think strategically and see the big picture. You just don't have to be like, you have to be over smart, you have to be like outsmart your rivals, your competitors. You have to think strategically and look at the big picture. Okay, what can this small decision, what impact can this particular small decision can have on the whole business, on the big picture. See what can be like, when we say chain of analysis in our answers, in our long answers, we have to like give a long list of analysis. So that's basically what creativity is like. See the big picture, what this leads to that, this leads to that, and ultimately what will be the final result. That is all about that creativity and innovation. And of course we have already talked about that as entrepreneurs as well, that they should be innovative and able to create a niche market. So that's all about the creativity. Then we have emotional intelligence, one of the most important qualities of a good leader. This is the ability to understand people and to get staff to respond to respect and understanding. Now you can also say that self-confidence and self-belief are also part of emotional intelligence basically, because they, in the next video we're going to talking about Goldman's EQ competencies, emotional intelligence competencies. Basically like he said that there are four main competencies that good leaders should have. and if they can't have those, then it could be a problem. So those are the four main qualities, competencies that we are going to be discussing in the next video. So look forward to that, the emotional intelligence part. And basically, yeah, it's about understanding people and ability to understand, know your own emotions and those around you. How can you motivate them? How can your emotions, how, what effect does your emotions have on others, and stuff like that. So you have to be able to understand people and get staff to respond through respect and understanding. You have to just, you have to look at their current position. What do they think about you? What actions can you take so that they can feel better at working in your business? They can think of you as a good leader. So it's all about emotional intelligence. And sometimes it's argued that emotional intelligence is more important than IQ intelligence, the basic intelligence. So that is also sometimes questioned. So but yeah, overall emotional intelligence is basically more important in my view. Some might disagree, some others have other view, but yeah, it's a judgmental, it's not a particular factual question, it's an opinion based question. So you can give your opinion as well, but in my opinion I would say that emotional intelligence is more important than intelligence, normal IQ. EQ is more important than IQ. And we're gonna talk, you're gonna know why EQ is more important when we were talk about emotional intelligence and the Goldman's four competencies in the next video. So thanks for watching, and Allah Hafiz.